Do you want to be part of something bigger? At Siemens, we use AI to transform the everyday. Our engineering solutions drive innovation and change. We're leading in technology and building a sustainable future. Join Siemens and make an impact to transform the everyday. Apply now and be part of something extraordinary. Visit siemens.co.in/careers.
So, I stopped watching all those news shows on Sunday morning a while back because I can't stand any of them. I can't stand Margaret Brennan. I can't stand George Stephanopoulos. I can't stand any of them. And then I started watching Sunday Morning Futures with Maria Bartiromo. Let me tell you how much I love that show. I'm so annoying. I know I'm annoying. I actually text Maria after her really good interviews. She's on a TV set, and she's always very, very gracious and very sweet and texts me back. But she really does an unbelievable show Sunday mornings, as well as a great show every weekday morning at Fox Business. My friend, the brilliant and beautiful Maria Bartiromo. Good morning, Maria.
Hello, Sid. Great to talk with you.
Great to talk to you, too. So I was at Bedminster yesterday with our mutual friend, President Trump, and heard his speech. I watched his rally in North Carolina 2 days ago, and look, he mapped it out, Maria, right? Everything from day one executive order to take down inflation. They're saying it's less than 3%. All the smart people tell me it's more like 20%. And all the economics that work for him not working now. I think the last 2 days, Maria, you would agree that President Trump has a pretty good plan.
Well, yes. And the thing about President Trump's plan is that he's been very articulate about it. He has walked us through, number one, tapping into the energy capacity of America. This is going to do two things. Number one, it is going to create high-paying jobs. And then number two, it's going to put more oil on the market, which is going to drive prices down, which will help alleviate inflation. So that's his plan as far as his overall economic agenda. Second element, I would say, is extend the tax cuts. He wants to have low taxes. The third idea is deregulating. Take away the handcuffs on so many businesses because they have all of these rules and regulations tied to the climate change agenda of the Biden-Harris administration. And the fourth item is tariffs. And he uses tariffs not just as a way to spur economic growth, but also as a way to keep adversaries at bay. He uses it as a national security weapon. So, yes, I agree. Trump's plan has been in place before when he was president, and it worked in terms of moving the needle on economic growth, and it likely will do so again. But what's great about it is that he's so communicative about it. We have not heard anything from Kamala Harris. We're expecting that today, but still I think it's short on details in terms of a real growth trajectory. So we'll see what she says.
It's interesting, and you're right about the tariffs working in national security in our favor. He talked about that at Bedminster last night in terms of anti-Semitism in Israel, that he told every country in the world, if you do business with Iran, I'm going to tariff the hell out of you, and nobody did business. So you're exactly right. But in terms of Kamala, you're right, not a lot of detail. She's going to go out there today. She's already stolen a whole bunch of Trump's policies. And on top of that, Maria, explain this to me. All I heard for the last couple of years was how great the Biden administration is. It's great. It's great. Bidenomics is great. The economy is great. And now she spent the last couple of days telling us she's going to fix it. Like today, she's going to fix it. Well, if it wasn't broken for 3 years, what needs to be fixed? She's being honest. It is broken. It needs to be fixed. But I feel like all she's going to do is steal Trump's policies.
Well, one of the key things in terms of fixing anything is understanding what the issue is. And she has not articulated the real issue. The Biden-Harris administration oversaw $7 trillion in spending by the Democrats. $7 trillion. Two of those major packages, that was the Inflation Reduction Act and the American Rescue Plan, where there was 50-50 in the Senate. She represented the breaking tie vote. So she's the reason that those two plans went forward into law. And that was about $2.5 trillion of the $7 trillion. Then they had the CHIPS Act. They had all this spending on the green climate change agenda. She's talking all about price gouging, saying that companies have been price gouging. I mean, that really is a communist type thing. I mean, to put price controls in place speaks completely opposite of our economy and our way of living, which is a democracy and free capital market. That's not free capital markets.
No, in the final 60 seconds, Maria, I know you love Trump like I do, and I've been making the argument now for a long time. I'm sick and tired of Republicans saying to me, hey, talk to your friend Trump. Tell him to be nice. Tell him to be nice. I've been complaining about that for a long time. Now, all of a sudden, Corey Lewandowski's back. He's saying, let Trump be Trump. I've been saying, let Trump be Trump for the better part of 9 months. I don't believe in all this empirical data that independents want him to be nice. I think it's nonsense. I think his policies and his personality are the whole package. That's why we love and revere Donald Trump. That's why when I'm in New Jersey last night, people are crying when he speaks. It's not just the policies. It's all of it, including some of his personal attacks. So for me, I'm actually happy that he came out yesterday and said, I'm not going to stop if they're not going to stop. What are your thoughts?
Well, look, I think, his policies are clearly much more positive for the economy than the policies coming out of the Democrat Party. I think most people, when they say things like that, what they want to see is they want to see, they want to see the country coming together, and they want to see less of the vitriol. So, look, I understand what you're saying, and I agree. Like, what's great about Trump is that he's himself, and you know what you're getting. And everyone likes authenticity and honesty. You don't want somebody out there who's saying one thing and then doing another. And that's not what you're going to get from Trump. He is who he is. He tells you right there who he is, and he's not shy about it, which is good because it's honest and it's a real reflection of who he is. But I still do believe that he should focus on policy, because it's policies that are going to affect the American people, and it's policies that are actually going to, move the needle on American families. Because right now people are struggling. I mean, you look at the op-ed in the Journal today, and it says it all. The title of it is "How the Biden-Harris Economy Left Most Americans Behind. A government spending boom fueled inflation that has crushed real average incomes." This is the crux of everything. So he does need to focus on his policies and why his policies are better. But I understand what you're saying. You want Trump to be Trump because that's raw, that's real, and there's nothing that competes with somebody who's just their own authentic self. You know what you're getting. That's just honesty. And that's what people want as well. But I do think that overall, you really want him to stress the policies and not get, taken over by, vitriol and name calling and, things that really don't matter to the average American family. Right now, we really need something to lift us out of this economic disaster that we're in. The economy is slowing. The Federal Reserve is going to be forced to cut interest rates to take us out of this. The Fed is even complaining that, everything that they do in terms of economic growth and getting inflation down is being met with massive spending, because there's still lots of money sloshing around from all that COVID money and stimulus checks. So they just went totally overboard after COVID, spending on all of their pet projects, her, new Green Deal that she supported so much. So that spending on climate change is not stopping, I don't think.
Fair enough. Excellent job, Maria. Again, I'm a huge fan. Great job weekdays on Fox Business. Of course, 6 o'clock every morning. A tremendous job. I love your Sunday mornings, too, on Fox Futures. I'm a big fan, Maria Bartiromo. Great job this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
I'm your big fan, Sid. Thank you.
Thank you. There she is, the great Maria Bartiromo, of course, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. And you got to watch it Sunday, folks. That is the best Sunday show by a distance. Thank you, Maria. Still to come, famed defense attorney Joseph Tacopina, then all my buddies, the actual house husbands, Real Housewives of New Jersey, Frank Catania, Joe Beningo, and John Fuda, but also going to have a live visit from Elizabeth Pipko, who helped set up that monster night with Donald Trump in Bedminster, President Trump, last night. So lots more to do Friday morning with me, Sid Rosenberg, right here on Sid and Friends in the Morning.